Hello, everyone, and welcome to Worlds Apart, Words Together, where best friends share laughter, stories, and an unbreakable bond. And I'm here today with my co host, Leah. Hello, Leah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
That's good. Yeah, we took a little break last week because we just had a lot of stuff going on. Marit was moving and starting her job and all that stuff, and I was moving and dealing with a lot of stuff. So we just decided to, um, all
Yes.
transparency, as we say, this is you know fully just us, and we this is a fun hobby for us, so we had to take that week for
Yeah.
ourselves.
And just see wherever, we have time. But we did post some podcast recommendation, like episodes for you guys to listen to that we personally have listened to and really enjoyed. So if you haven't seen them already, either go onto our Instagram or TikTok where you can see which episodes we recommend you.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, or as Mara said, these are ones that we've listened to, so we kind of align with their
By
messages.
definition, they need to be good.
Yeah. So I guess to kind of start kind of like our catch up, Marit, how has your new job been doing, and do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do with your new job and some things that you
Sure.
really like about it?
Yeah, so I started about 3 weeks ago. July 1st was my first day, and I took a position as an autism coach. So I'll be coaching people who have autism spectrum disorder. The last few weeks, we've been mostly just had basically classes about what is autism, what are signs of autism, how can you deal with different types, because they always say if you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism. Like, autism is such a spectrum that it shows so different in everyone. So we've been just learning a lot about that. And after this week, I'm going to go on a vacation. And then I will start after my vacation with seeing some clients. So my job entails that I will be going to their homes and I will write like a plan with them, basically SMART goals. I think that is a topic that Leah and I have touched on before. And we'll make a plan with goals, and then every week I'll go to them and we're going to work on those goals, and we're going to see what can we improve, what can we do better, or why is this behavior showing in this way. So it's very much like investigating where behavior is coming from in people with autism. And then in October, I will be making the switch to forensic coach, but then, yeah, forensic coach. So I'll be still coaching people with autism, but who are in the forensic setting. So who have been in touch with justice because they committed a crime or a misdemeanor or a felony.
Very nice. And have you enjoyed like what you've done so far, even though it's mostly the learning side of it, but are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's mostly the learning side of it, and it's hearing people talk about what the job entails, and it makes me really excited to start doing the job. I've heard a lot about it, and it's always a bit scary. I think working with people, it's like I will help them better their lives. So that is kind of an anxious part of it, but I am excited for doing that. Ready to put that knowledge that I was taught in these last few weeks and in my studies into practice. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
That's great. So, I guess going off of there, the
You're
last thing
kind of
that you
also
also,
like stuck sometimes, so
yeah, I know, so is yours, but that's okay.
like the connection is
Um,
not the greatest.
so I guess on top of all your like job and starting your first like career job, so to speak, you also were finishing up your
Hmm.
thesis work for your master's, and if I remember correctly, you did get that
I
submitted,
did.
and exciting news for there.
I did, and I actually got my grade.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. Was it good?
Yeah, so they
That's
they
good.
graded it. Yeah, they graded it pretty fast. I
That's
passed it
fast.
with a pretty good grade.
That's good.
So I am very excited that I passed it and I don't have to think about my thesis ever again. I was so done with it. Um, and on top of all of that, Michael also moved here, which is probably above all the best thing. His flight got delayed though because there were tornadoes at O'Hare at the time that he was supposed to fly. So they had to like go and hide in the basement of O'Hare. So it was pretty bad.
It's a great time. Yeah, I
Um,
think they ended
so
up
his
saying
flight
there
got
was like three tornadoes that touched down up in Chicago, which is very unheard of, really.
shit. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot. And unfortunately, a lot of flights got delayed, including his. And he still got to, because he had a layover in Iceland. And the only sad part was that there were no more flights going from Iceland to Amsterdam. So we had to stay the night because he was still like on time in Iceland
Yeah.
to fly to the Netherlands, but there was just no flights anymore. So they put him into a hotel and he had to stay the night. And then the next
Hmm.
day, he got the earliest flight out of Iceland. So it was just pushed back a day, which was fine.
It
But
happened.
yeah. So
And
last
then,
night was his first night here. And
nice. How's he enjoying
yeah,
the first 12 hours or so?
I think he's liking it. He is currently playing some Mario Kart on the Switch.
I'm liking
Nice.
it.
I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of unpacking and also repacking because on Saturday we're already giving our shit back to my parents so that they can bring our shit on vacation for us. So he's going to be here for literally 2 days and then we're leaving again. Um, but it's nice to settle a little bit. But I think after our vacation, we're gonna go to IKEA. We're gonna buy some lights, some furniture, some fun stuff to make the home feel more like home.
Nice.
Um,
That's always
but
exciting.
yeah, he's
A
enjoying
trip to
it. We had some
IKEA.
tacos today.
Very nice.
IKEA is always fun, and we have to end with the Swedish meatballs and fries.
True.
That is a must. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, and for the podcast, we do have two guests who are interested in joining us for our podcast. So we're going to schedule those quite soon, maybe for a later time this year. But at least we have some people who want to join and talk about their lives and share it with us. So we're
Yeah, and they each have their
very
own
much
like
looking forward to that too.
exactly. And these guests kind of like jumping ahead, but they have like their own unique journey through what we've been talking about, and it'll be eye
Yeah.
opening, I think, for us and for everyone who listens, just to hear their journey and how all of our like personal growth and like our personal journey and all of that stuff that we've been talking about for basically a year and a half or a year now, and how it relates to them, and they're
Damn.
just gonna share their story, and I think I'm super excited for them.
Yeah. And they both, whenever we asked them, were super honored to be like, oh my God, for sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a fun conversation for us to have. And, one is also interested in pursuing a career in academia, and the other one is very much interested in nutrition. So it's like two very different topics again. And they're from two very different places. One is from South Africa, the other one from the United States. So it's like very different people. But yeah, that is for later. You have been also doing a lot of shit with housing and stuff. Has it
Yeah.
calmed down a little bit?
No. No. So last
Damn.
weekend, yeah, last weekend we were able to get out of our apartment because our lease was up. And We were originally going to have another apartment, or we did have another apartment lined up so we could just go straight into that apartment, and we did everything on time, and we got an email saying, oh yeah, we got to push it back a week. And we're like, oh, okay, whatever. I asked my grandmother if we could move in for the week, and she was like, yeah, no worries. I also told her I'd be moving to Connecticut, so that probably this week would be one of the last times I saw her, because she is getting up there in age.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a lot of free time to go back and forth. So we moved in here, and we got an email this past Wednesday. So I guess Tuesday. So 2 days ago, saying, "Oh, thank you for getting everything so set up with all your utilities, but we're gonna push it back another week." And we were like, what? Because if we didn't have my grandmother, like, our only option would be like to stay in a hotel or something, which is like hundreds of dollars. So for all they know, we're just spending
A
money.
night.
Yeah. And so we contacted some other places, and we had this one place that unfortunately gave us like half the information. So we had already asked for a deposit back from the original place and applied for this new place. And yesterday evening, they called me and said, well, here's the rest of the information that you didn't get. And like, you need to hit this amount of income and blah, blah, blah. And it just was not going to work out. There's just no way. Hunter and I probably were less than $200 off that total gross income per month, but they still would not have accepted it, and there's no reason to spend the $100 on the application fee if we weren't going to move in there. And the earliest we could move in there is the 26th. So today I called them back and I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So just go ahead and cancel the application. And we got on the phone or online and was trying to find another place. And so we found another place. It's like $200 more expensive than we really should be paying for the 7 months, because we're going to be split into two apartments and have to pay 2 rents and blah, blah, blah. But we're just waiting back to hear if we got approved. So it's been a complete shit show, to say the least. Hunter still doesn't have a car due to
Yeah,
his accident and
honestly.
his car being totaled. We don't have a place to live. Yeah, and time's ticking. So it's been very stressful. It's been absolutely like, you hear of a renting apartment horror stories. This is up there. Like, Hunter's told his
Yeah,
coworkers.
honestly.
Hunter's told his coworkers our experiences, and they were like, "That's up there. Like, that's like a Reddit like worst case scenario situation." It's been
Yeah.
awful, and I don't know how people do it. Like, I genuinely don't know how people do it, because we've done everything right, and it's not our fault that we have jobs that only pay a certain amount. And whoever came up with the 3 times and four times the monthly income threshold is ridiculous, because if you made that much money, you would buy a house. Full stop. So I'm not like, they're not helping anyone.
Honestly,
So it's
it's
just
so
been,
crazy to me
yeah.
that it's so much money.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know,
just for the
honestly,
apartment.
like, yeah, because that's not even with utilities.
No, that we would have to do utilities on top of that, which for Missouri you're looking at another 150, 200 for insurance and
Yeah.
utilities and whatever else. But like, in our situation, like, we have so many components going on, because we have the one here, we also have to have the one in Connecticut because we're going to be split, and we're trying to make both work. Like, it's still up in the air if they're going
Yeah,
to
so
technically accept my Yukon, both of my Yukon contracts. Like, I'm really, really nervous after my
yeah.
experiences so far that they may not accept that, which I may actually lose it if they say they don't accept that.
Dude, I'm praying for you because this is horrible and it should not be this hard. Like I've had conversation with my parents about it, like housing is literally a basic necessity as a human. and they make it so inaccessible.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Hunter and I are not looking for something like super fancy. Like we are literally, this is all for a 1 bedroom apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath,
Yeah.
tiny, like 600 square feet, like tiny places to live. And it's been this hard. I don't know how
Yeah.
people make. I genuinely don't know how people like do it, figure it out. Like it's been horrible
No.
situation.
Well, I hope all of that gets figured out very, very soon so you can have a little bit of peace of mind before you start at the end of August. But
Yeah.
besides that, nothing really has been going on, right?
No, not really. I mean, I'm still in that in between phase. Like, I'm still working. And then we're trying to get the move here. Hunter's trying to find a car. And then trying to
Yeah.
get everything lined up for Connecticut and figure out how we're going to move because a moving truck costs $2,500.
Shit.
And that's just the truck. That would be me and Hunter packing it ourselves, driving it ourselves, everything. Just the truck is $2,500 for 2.5 days.
Why does everything have to be so expensive? Especially in the US. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. So it's
It's
been
so insane to me.
it's been a rough couple times, and it's just mostly like money and logistics. Really, money and logistics has been the root of all of this because everything else has been going pretty well.
Yeah.
Um, I can't really say we've had too many issues or like we're still working, our jobs are going well, stuff like
No, but
that. But
unfortunately, the money and the logistics, unfortunately, the money and logistics are the things that you need to have an apartment and shit.
unfortunately, and they don't make it easy for people who are just starting. And that, I think that's the biggest problem is all these people have like both all people work and they're all making whatever amount of money because they've been working for years, 10 years, 20 years, and they don't, there's no place that makes
Yeah.
it easy, or I don't even want to say easy, but makes it reasonable for,
Manageable.
yeah, or manageable for two people who just graduated, just got their first job, maybe one or two promotions in, but still making less than adequate amount of salary, and they just don't care. Like that pure fact. Like if you don't hit a certain income, like they genuinely do not care, and that's every place.
God, yeah, no, Michael and I got super lucky because we have this place in the middle of a town, close by supermarket, close by everything. And that is also really hard to find these days. So we got super lucky with his volleyball.
Yeah, that's really nice to have all of that in this little center. Honestly, I'm just done. Like I am glad that moving to Connecticut right now, it's gonna be mostly me in the middle of the woods, and it's like 20 minutes to the nearest shopping center because
Yeah.
at this point I can't deal with people anymore. It's
No, I
just
mean,
been
that's fair.
yeah, the patience, like I thought I had pretty good patience, but recently they are running out very quickly
I mean, you've
because
also had to have a lot of patience
yeah.
for all of this shit, like one thing after another. Because every time you texted me and you were just like, yeah, it got worse. I'm like, how the fuck did it get worse? There's
That's my
no way.
favorite phrase. That's my favorite phrase. Before I go to bed, I text you, it got worse because it genuinely has gotten worse every day.
Yeah, and then I have to wait all those hours for you to get through the night and then tell me what got worse. And then you're like, "Oh no, I can tell you over text. I need to do it over voice message." Okay.
Well, because
I
it's
guess
too
I'll wait a little
complex.
longer.
Like my whole entire
No, I know
like
it's super
you would
complicated.
send. I would have to send you 8 paragraphs to even try to comprehend it. It's been
There's no way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not
If anyone
possible.
has any advice, like for real, like I'm hardcore struggling. If anyone has any advice, because maybe I've just missed something, please contact us,
No,
contact
I
me,
don't think so.
whatever. Because
Honestly, yeah.
I, I'm open to hearing anyone's suggestion or or share your horror story. I would love to hear other people's renting horror stories.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
I want to know that I'm not alone.
or just horror stories with being in the adult life in general.
Oh, yes.
It always freaks me out, those stories. But I mean, honestly, I don't have a lot to share besides starting a new job, moved to a new place, and moved in with the love of my life. That's
Nice.
really, really all I have to say.
And you guys are going on vacation. Do you want to
Everything's
share
going
where you're
pretty
going?
smooth. Sure. So we're leaving to France on Monday. We're going to go to Normandy for a few days to explore the Second World War sites and also a little bit of the First World War. And after we do some exploring, we will go to Paris for the Olympic Games, which I'm very much looking forward to. We actually found out that one of the games that we're seeing is beach volleyball, the Netherlands versus the United States.
That'll be fun.
So that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
What other
Yeah.
sports are you watching?
So we have to represent both. So we're watching field hockey, beach volleyball, and water polo.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to Disneyland for a
The
day.
Paris one? Or is it not in Paris?
It is in Paris, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like we have a metro station pretty close to the apartment that we're staying in, and that metro station takes us straight to Disneyland. Yeah, so I'm
That'll be
very
fun.
much
Are you
looking forward
spending
to
a
it.
whole day there or multiple days?
Yep, we have a day ticket. No,
Awesome.
one day. I didn't want to go too many days because I was like, I just want to go there for the like Disney experience, the fun of it. And I don't really want to spend that much money because we've already had to spend so much moving into this home
Yeah.
with buying all this stuff. So I was like, I don't need to spend $200 on Disney tickets.
Fair. And you also want to like save some money so you can kind of make your house more homey anyways.
Exactly. So then, you know, if we save $200, we can use that for buying a nice light or a nice, I don't know, wooden closet. I don't fucking know, but something cool for the house.
Wow.
Ooh.
That sounds
So yeah,
like an eventful end of summer.
I think it will be. And then going back to full time working with my autistic clients, and I will be very satisfied. I
There
also
you
will
go.
get a car. Yeah,
When do you get that?
August 5th. I can pick it up.
Okay, so soon.
Literally the day after we come back from vacation.
That's convenient. Oh,
Yeah. It worked out so perfectly. Like, you know, it's so funny because on your side, everything works out horrible. But then on my side, everything has just been lined up perfectly.
well, I guess it's good that one of us has something going for them.
Yeah, you know, you gave me all your good karma, and I gave you all my bad karma.
I guess so. I don't know what I did in a past life or something, but I'm paying for it now.
I don't know, man.
I didn't think I was that bad of a
But yeah,
human.
I don't think you are either. But I guess some people, you know, they have different opinions. But for the next few weeks, I'd say keep in touch with our social media. Stay in
Hmm.
touch. Stay tuned. Whatever you want to call it. Um, we're gonna see whenever we'll plan our guests. It might be a little bit weird also because I will be going on vacation and Leah will be moving to Connecticut quite soon also. But you know, we're still here. We're still doing our podcast, our blog, our TikTok a little bit, but it won't be as frequent probably as you're used to. But Leah's connection is gone, so that is quite unfortunate. But as we said, we will be back soon. This is just our hobby, our thing that we like to do, and like to share with you guys. So please stay in touch with us and please stay tuned. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.